Shalom and welcome to 2 Minutes of Torah. This year is entitled, A Woman Obligated to Fight and Defeat Amalaik. It's a fascinating shaila, not only regarding the specific question, did a woman have to fight in the war against Amalaik? Also, according to the Chinuch, only those who have to fight Amalaik have to hear the reading of Parshat Amalaik, of Zachor. And therefore he says, since women don't have to fight against Amalaik, they don't need to come to shul Shabbat morning to hear the reading of Amalaik. It has a double challenge. Who says they don't have to fight Amalaik? And two, even if they don't have to, who says that reading and remembering Amalaik is connected? So the question is, do women have to fight against Amalaik? So on the one hand, there's Gemaras and halachot regarding a woman shouldn't have klei zayin, she shouldn't walk around with neshek, with guns. And it's a whole discussion itself about women carrying guns. Some want to say the reason that Yael killed Sisera in the book of Shoftim with a tent peg was because she didn't walk around with a sword like others did. She didn't have klei neshek, ammunition. So there's one discussion of a woman having ammunition with her. And another question is the mitzvah of being part of the war. So some say, you see, the fact they're not even supposed to walk around with ammunition, then obviously they're not part of the war efforts. Regarding a woman who lives in certain areas, dangerous areas, carrying a gun, there's sheilot, there's tshuvot on this very question that has to be analyzed, but not now. So what about being part of the war efforts? So some say, you see the indication that women are not part of it. There's a tirgum that also writes that women don't walk around with ammunition. So they're not part of the war efforts. The only problem is the Mishnah in Sota. What does the Mishnah in Sota say? Mem Dalid. That's all fine and well for a regular mitzvah, mechama, an optional war. People are exempt, the Chatan is exempt. But when there's a mechemet mitzvah, defending against our enemies, conquering Israel, and Amalek is our enemy, so then everyone has to fight, and a Chatan leaves the chuppah, and so too the kala. Well, what does that mean? Do we mean to say that the Chatan goes out to war, and so too the woman? And we have to have a chayelet. Hence the green skirts that many girls have in the army. Is that a source? So the Rashash on this spot says, Mem Dalet Ambet says that the women are not fighting. What does the Mishnah mean? It says she leaves the chuppah, ostensibly to go to war. He says no. They are Pikud Oref, helping in the war efforts, but not the actual war. Bringing the food, supplies, and making sure that the men are taken care of. And therefore, they're involved in that aspect, but not the actual fighting itself. And therefore, women do not have an obligation in the war itself. Others say another pshat in the Mishnah. Now, when the chuppah says, the Mishnah says, Mem Daled Sota, that the woman leave the chuppah, it's simply the man leaves the chuppah to go to war, and the woman actually just leave the chuppah. And it's not telling us that women in any way are involved, not in the war itself or even in the war efforts. So that's a bit of an overview, a very short overview of this topic in Hilchot Medina. However, the Tzitz Eliezer, he discusses this also. He elaborates on this topic. And he also postulates that women are not obligated in the war itself, in the fighting itself. So two sources to look into. There's many more. Would be in Hilchot Medina. In the book 2, he talks about it there. And the topic of Giyus, who was obligated in the army. And Rav Avadia in the end of Yechavadat, Chilek Aleph. Shalom.